Part 37. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 361. Fang Fan, with you around, I can't make it out. You must die. The elite dark disc sent out in the last wave should have arrived. Fang Fan, you must die. Country M, some wild land. Kaelin was fighting among the demonized beasts, raised her head and glanced at the pitch-black night, inexplicably felt that the distance between Fang Fan and Fang Fan was much larger. A man with extraordinary talent, a man who is always creating miracles, I really look forward to your future performance. Kaelin murmured to herself, a touch of tenderness flashing in her eyes. High Country. Our messenger will soon welcome the return of the descendants of our great High Country. Fang Fan will be the king of our great High Country. We will all become the first powerful country under his command. Huajing, Kangguo. Kang Zhen's face became more and more vicious. Damn, this damn everything. Fang Fan has become more and more powerful, but looking at him, it seems that he has been standing still. According to this trend, when will his revenge for murdering his son be avenged? God. If you really have eyes, take this monster away. He shouldn't belong to this world. His arrival will only bring disaster to this world, endless disaster. With him here, where else can others come forward? Where is our future? Kang Zhen sat numbly on the throne, his face full of twilight. Low-level sacrificial messenger card, intermediate sacrificial messenger card. Interesting, it's a brand new card. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and carefully looked at the two black and gold cards in front of him, with a curious look in his eyes. After careful observation, I was able to find some clues. Low-level sacrifice messenger card, sacrifice everything that can be sacrificed. Including life, blood, faith, corpse, everything. Summon low-level hell messengers. Low-level hell messengers have a 1-star king-level combat power and can exist for 10 minutes, in 10 minutes, it will be annihilated by the rules of the world on its own. Intermediate sacrifice messenger card, sacrifice everything that can be sacrificed. Including life, blood, belief, corpse, everything. Summons the intermediate hell messenger. The intermediate hell messenger has 10-star king-level combat power and can exist for 10 minutes, in 10 minutes, it will be annihilated by the rules of the world on its own. Two cards belong to the same type, but differ in level. After reading the introduction, Fang Fan's heart beat unnaturally. Horrible effect. The low-level sacrificial messenger card, summons a hell messenger with a 1-star king-level combat power through sacrificing. Although it can only exist for 10 minutes, it can already bring great benefits. Not to mention another mid-level sacrificial messenger card, summons a hell messenger with 10-star king-level combat power. Hey, I tried my best to slaughter it before, but it was a 1-star king-level zombie that was seriously injured. Even so, I did my best, and even used some secret tricks to kill it. King-level combat power. This is a terrifying existence. If it looks like this, the meaning of these two cards is extraordinary. At a critical time, it can save lives. It can even turn the tide of the battle. Well, it can also be used as a killer. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 362. Fang Fan was secretly happy in his heart. He naturally loved this kind of card that could both save lives and be used as a trump card. Since the 29th level of the Tongtian Tower has been passed, then it's time to go out. Further on, it's the 30th level, with 110-star demonized beasts. Too terrifying, it's not the existence I am qualified to spy on now. Fang Fan shook his head secretly. He still knew how much he weighed. Unless he has a few king-level combat powers under his command, the 30th level of the Tongtian Tower cannot be touched at all. This time the harvest is quite full. 10 first-level Demonized Beast camp cards can directly summon 100,000 3-star Demonized Beasts to fight for me. 11 second-level Demonized Beast camp cards can directly summon 11,000 6-star Demonized Beasts to fight for me. There are also 11 Lazo cards obtained at the 28th level. The Sacrificial Messenger cards obtained at the 29th level are all excellent. In addition, the basic rewards of each level are also quite generous. I have obtained more than 100 advanced promotion cards, which is equivalent to more than 1 million ordinary promotion cards. In addition, I obtained more than 1 million high-grade magic crystals, which is more than 10 billion low-grade magic crystals. Use all 10 billion low-grade magic crystals to draw promotion cards in a targeted manner. Fang Fan directly asked the system. Ding. Directional drawing of promotion cards begins. Ding. Consume 10 billion low-grade magic crystals to get 2.27 million promotion cards. The extraction ratio is alright. In addition to the advanced promotion cards I own, it is almost equivalent to having more than 3 million promotion cards. Now among the 6 major legions under my command, the War Angel Legion is the 9-star legion. Among the other 5 legions, the Lower Demon Lord Legion, the Yellow Turban Zia Warlock Legion, and the Gothic Laser Cannon Artillery Legion have all been promoted to 7 stars. There are still the Yinglong Knight Corps and the Yukong Unicorn Corps that have not been promoted. Now that we have enough promotion cards, we can just promote these 2 legions to 7 stars. Fang Fan was thinking secretly in his heart. Choose to be promoted to the Dragon Knights. Ding. Consume 1.3 million promotion cards. The 6-star Yinglong Knight Army was promoted to the 7-star Yinglong Earth Knight Army. If you smoke, you will be promoted to the Royal Sky Unicorn Corps. Ding. The 6-star Yukong Unicorn Legion has reached the peak of this type of arms. Are you spending 10 Legion upgrade cards to selectively upgrade arms? The system sound suddenly came, and Fang Fan was stunned for a moment. Has the Yukong Unicorn Army also reached its peak state? Something surprised him. Choose to upgrade. Fang Fan snorted. He still had 10 Legion upgrade cards. The first kill reward for passing a certain level in the Babel Tower was the Legion upgrade card. Ding. With 10 Legion upgrade cards, the Yukong Unicorn Legion can be upgraded. Please choose by yourself. Bright Unicorn Legion, Judgment Unicorn Legion, Dragon Vein Unicorn Legion. The system provided 3 options. Fang Fan frowned, feeling that he had no idea where to start. Which advanced direction is this, and what is the difference? System, I want to know the difference between the 3. Ding. Please pay the consultation fee of 30 million low-grade magic crystals. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 363. Fang Fan resisted the urge to hammer him when the sound of the dog system came. Pay. People are on the eaves and have to bow their heads. Ding. Deduct 30 million low-grade magic crystals. Ding. Warm reminder. Bright Unicorn Legion, the incarnation of light, which tends to be holy and noble. It has the ability to eliminate all heresies. Auxiliary arms have restraint on dark arms. Judgment Unicorn Legion, become the supreme arbiter, use the supreme holy horn to punish everything. Belonging to the combat arms, the unicorn will evolve into the Blade of Judgment. Dragon Vein Unicorn Legion, gradually activate the Tianlong bloodline in the Unicorn bloodline, and evolve into an existence similar to the Yelong. Although the explanation of the dog system is not very clear, Fang Fan can understand the general meaning. The first is the Bright Unicorn Legion. As an auxiliary unit, it is similar to the Yellow Turban Zia Warlock Legion. If you choose to evolve the Bright Unicorn Legion, it seems a bit of a waste of overlap. As for the Dragon Vein Unicorn Legion, it is even more out of Fang Fan's consideration. It has evolved and evolved into a sub-dragon? What's the point? He even has a small golden dragon under his command, and Yelong is already despised. This Judgment Unicorn Legion is a bit interesting. After evolving into the Judgment Unicorn Legion, this legion will completely evolve into a pure combat legion. This is quite in line with my wishes. Fang Fan nodded secretly. Choose to be promoted to Judgment Unicorn Legion. Ding. Consuming 1.5 million promotion cards, the 6-star Yukong Unicorn Legion was promoted to the 7-star Judgment Unicorn Legion. Judgment Unicorn Legion, Evolvable. Number, 8. Level, 7 stars. Commander, Judgment Unicorn King. Skills, Blade of Judgment, Obliteration of Judgment, Shield of Judgment. Loyalty, 100. The 6 major legions under his command, the War Angel Legion is the 9-star legion, and the remaining 5 legions are all promoted to the 7-star level. Fang Fan nodded secretly, such a scale and lineup is quite good. Let's go, prepare to return to Zhongcheng. Fang Fan came out of the Tongtian Tower in Dongguo City and stretched out subconsciously. He is going to return to Zhongcheng once, and then take a good look at the matter of Tongtian Divine Jade. At the very least, you need to accumulate more of this heavenly Divine Jade. At this time, this is all the more crucial. The Tongtian Divine Jade can be linked to the Tongtian Tower, and even determines another dimension to some extent. The stakes are very important, and Fang Fan has no choice but to pay attention. Every time King Fang Fan comes to my Dongguo City, it is earth-shattering and turbulent, and I will be amazed. Congratulations to the Lord Fang Fan for successfully passing the 29th level of the Tongtian Tower, overpowering the world's powerhouses, and becoming the top of the Tongtian list. Because of the existence of the Lord Fang Fan, Dongguo City is really flourishing. Han Biao, the commander of the Dongguo City Guards, walked over with a smile on his face, and all he said were flattering words. Han Huan, the city lord of Dongguo City on the side, couldn't help but squeeze a smile from his face at this moment. Fang Fan was about to open his mouth to say something, when suddenly a shadow passed through. A sharp silver blade came straight at Fang Fan's chest, the speed was very fast, and the blade was accurate. Court death. Fang Fan snorted, disapprovingly, and put his hands together in front of him, preparing to kill the shadow assassin. Swoosh swish. In an instant, the shadow disappeared. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 364. Fang Fan's brows were wrinkled, and he felt bad. The shadow didn't look too strong, but this strange and changeable figure was indeed hard to fathom. Just when Fang Fan had a premonition that the back waist was a little cold, a shadow had already appeared behind Fang Fan. Lord! Here! I saw Garen holding the long knife stabbed by the shadow tightly in both hands, with a casual look on his face. For a 10-star awakened like him, such an attack would not be able to hurt him at all, and it could even contain the enemy at will. 8-Gerd Road. 8-Gerd Tooth Road. Bastard. Sakura people. Fang Fan frowned subconsciously as he watched the black shadow flutter there. This thing is kind of interesting. Sakura country's hand may not be stretched too long. Speak. Who sent you here? Fang Fan's face was sullen, the risk factor was quite high just now. At least from Fang Fan's point of view, as a 7-star awakener, he couldn't see through the shadow's movements for a while. On the other hand, the realm of the shadow has reached the 6-star level. Obviously, this is the absolute elite. Unexpectedly, Fang Fan is very likely to be assassinated by him. A thrilling scene was almost staged. Bag, bah. The black shadow was suddenly caught and began to struggle frantically. Seeing that he couldn't break free from Galen's restraint, A crazy look appeared on his face. I saw the black shadow suddenly gritted his teeth fiercely, and then spit out a card from his mouth. Then there was a perverted look of determination on his face. You go to hell. The black shadow paused every word, and the decisive look in his eyes suddenly showed. Immediately, his neck crooked, and a red card landed. A red figure suddenly appeared. Gorefiend, attack. Kill these bastards. The shadow assassin had a look of relief on his face. Originally, he was not ready to live when he came to assassinate. In other words, he is very aware of his final outcome. But as long as you get the job done, it's fine. Hey, this little guy is a bit interesting. Caitlin walked out suddenly, looking at the red figure in front of her with curiosity, because the so-called Gorefiend was not very big, only about 1 meter, and it was not comparable to Vega. Then she was picked up by Caitlin. How possible? That's the Gorefiend. The invincible Gorefiend. This is a 9-star powerhouse. The shadow assassin was suddenly stunned, and what happened in front of him dwarfed him. It even creates a feeling of being destroyed. He once saw a 9-star Gorefiend slaughter a city within 10 minutes. The Gorefiend summoned by the Gorefiend card can exist for just 10 minutes. Gorefiend is an invincible existence, not a plaything. Caitlin, go play aside. Fang Fan waved his hand, motioning for Caitlin to move away, and then confronted the shadowy assassin. According to what he said before, it is obvious that he is a native of Cherry Blossoms, but obviously, he also understands Chinese. Tell me who sent you here. I can give you a treat. Fang Fan is giving an ultimatum. For him, this is the limit of his patience. I hope this guy will not try to challenge his limit. Long live the great Sakura country. You must die. Ha ha ha. Black Shadow laughed a few times, then gritted his teeth hard. Fang Fan took out a steel knife and knocked open his mouth. A denture fell off, and a poison was hidden in the denture. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 365. Obviously, the shadow assassin wanted to commit suicide just now, but was obstructed by Fang Fan at a critical moment. My lord, I can use a soul search technique to search for some memory fragments in his mind, which may be helpful. Wei Jia got out from the side and said very low-key. Soul search. Fang Fan's eyebrows raised secretly. There are quite a few dark magicians like Wei Jia. Go ahead, I just need a name and a location. Fang Fan shrugged, looking calm. Yes, my lord. Wei Jia complied with Fang Fan's order, and then walked out casually. The whole person seemed very erratic. Baga. What do you want to do? Let me go. Don't, don't, let me go. Don't, I said, let me go. The Sombra assassin who was being searched had a look of extreme pain on his face. This assassin is obviously a dead man. This is a dead man who can even sacrifice his own life at any time. He is still numb to life and death, but now he makes such a heart-piercing voice, one can imagine what he has experienced. What? For him, everything that happened was a great horror. Extreme horror. Fang Fan glanced at Vega, and the prestige of the Dark Mage was evident. Everyone around can't help but take a breath at this moment. At least from this moment on, no one will underestimate this small mage. Lord, Cherry Blossom Country, Dongying City, the village burial time. Wei Jia casually threw aside the shadow assassin who had lost signs of life, and casually complained that his resistance was really poor. The village burial. I have never had any grudges with him, and he dares to challenge me. It's just killing me. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and there was a strong murderous intent hidden in his eyes. Although the Cherry Blossom Country is a long way from the China realm, it is not out of reach for Fang Fan. World announcement. The brand new ocean demonized beasts have been awakened and thawed from various places. Avenues, rivers, and seas, as small as rivers and streams, there will be the sound of sea demonized beasts. The sea demonized beasts will invade the world in an all-round way. Until all intelligent creatures are wiped out. GGG, the feast of the Doomsday, please enjoy it. GGG, warm improvement, there will be a large number of king-level demonized beasts among the oceanic demonized beasts. The sudden sound of the world announcement sank into everyone's heart. The situation has gone terribly bad. After finally stabilizing the situation a little, it is obvious that it has become noisy again. And the last sentence is the point. There will be a large number of king-level demonized beasts in the ocean demonized beasts. What does that mean? Is this to destroy the planet? According to the current distribution of forces in the world, the realm of most survivors is still concentrated in the combat power of around Samsung. The 6-star 7-star Awakener is already the absolute peak powerhouse. The king level is even more out of reach. Under such a situation, a king level sea demonized beast may destroy a country. Not to mention, a lot. World Babble Dialog Box. I sincerely don't want us to live. If we continue to develop like this, can we save our lives? Hee, what the hell are you thinking? Save your life? You don't even look at what's changed now. We all have to die. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 366. If you want me to say, you should eat, drink, and play, the King of Hell wants you to die in the 3rd watch, but you won't live until the 5th watch. If that's the case, let's do all the things that you didn't dare to do before. Hey, it makes sense. King level demonized beast. I remember that only God Fang Fan once killed a king level zombie. And that king level zombie itself was seriously injured. The cool moonlight is doing it for me. Doomsday has survived for so long, and it's still over after all. Oh, it's a pity, but there's no way. It's fate, you have to admit it. The voices of moans and sighs came, and everyone's eyes became inexplicably empty. Because there is no hope at all. Although this so-called God of the end of the world is a bit ruthless, he still won't directly destroy the entire human race. Tower of Babel. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, he actually had a steel scale in his heart. He felt that there might be some mystery in it. World announcement. Weak ants. I admire your self-pity with fear. Tremble. The great God of the end of the world doesn't want the ants he raised to die like this, it's meaningless. So the great God of the end of the world has decided. Slaughtering the sea monsters will immediately reveal a top-level promotion card and a king-level promotion card. One top promotion card is equivalent to 100 advanced promotion cards. That is, 1 million ordinary promotion cards. One king-level promotion card is equivalent to 100 top-level promotion cards. That is, 100 million ordinary promotion cards. The ants. Get excited. Tremble. Please cover your little hearts, there will be more exciting news coming. In order to ensure that you can live better, the great God of the end of the world has decided to send gods to thousands of countries. According to the size of the country, the powers of the gods vary, but it can be guaranteed that at least they are all king-level battles. Force. Excited? Accident. Do you want to kneel and pray in front of the great God of the end times? Let's enter the warm promotion time. Warm improvement. The purpose of the Divine Envoy's existence is to protect the country where it is located. When it encounters a disaster, the Divine Envoy will not take action on weekdays. Warm upgrade. You can donate all the resources you have in exchange for the strategic resources you need from the Divine Envoy. The Divine Envoy has everything you need. Even a king-level promotion card may have it. The Ants. Please be grateful to the great God of the end of the world. I can only help you here. Next, see your luck. This wave of world announcements has been around for a long time. Fang Fan is still buzzing in his head. In fact, it can be summed up in two things. One is to slaughter the marine demonized beasts, and there is a certain chance that a higher quality promotion card will be released. For example, a top-level promotion card worth 1 million ordinary promotion cards and a king-level promotion card worth 100 million ordinary promotion cards. Another, it is the matter of the arrival of God's envoy. Every country will come to the gods, the minimum is a 1-star king-level combat power, and will take action when every country encounters a disaster, but there are also many restrictions. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 367. For example, Divine Envoys cannot participate in normal battles, and so on. And God Envoy is also equivalent to a cross-border supplier, which can be used to exchange some strategic resources. Isn't this robbing me of my business? Fang Fan secretly complained. If you say that, will the kingdom of Yan also descend upon a divine envoy? Fang Fan couldn't help frowning. In fact, if he looked at it from his point of view, he would actually reject the so-called divine envoys. It may be able to increase the combat power to a certain extent, but to a certain extent, the Yan kingdom may also be restrained. There is something on the top of the head inexplicably, which is naturally uncomfortable. Fang Fan frowned, and now there is no divine envoy around him, so it seems that this divine envoy has come to Zhongcheng. Go at full speed and head to Zhongcheng. Fang Fan gave an order, and several legions under his command immediately began to move. Halfway through the road, Satan led the demon army to fly over. My lord, a guy who claims to be an envoy has come to Zhongcheng, now, in the city lord's mansion in Zhongcheng. Satan's face was a little unsightly, and the black wings were violently instigating, as if he wanted to use this to suppress the restlessness in his heart. What's wrong with your face? Fang Fan's brows suddenly wrinkled, and a slap mark can be clearly seen on Satan's face. Lord, it's all right. Satan gritted his teeth, he is also a person who wants to face. Is that the angel doing it? Fang Fan's eyes flashed with anger. Lord, that divine envoy is not a thing. As soon as I came to Zhongcheng, I was arrogant. I insisted on requisitioning the city lord's mansion. I guarded your bedroom and prevented him from entering, and that's it? And he has a lot of disrespect for both Miss Meyer and Miss Yaxin. Satan vented all his grievances in one breath, this feeling is really too suffocating. Meyer, is she all right? And Zhao Yaxin, where are they all now? Fang Fan clenched his hands tightly, and a nervous expression flashed on his face. If something happened to them, they would really die. Don't worry, Lord, Miss Meyer and Miss Yaxin have already left the city. I specially arranged for 2 demons to protect them. Let's go to the Acropolis, Zhongcheng, we can't go back. Although that divine envoy is extremely domineering, he is very strong, and I have no resistance in front of him. Satan's face suddenly turned red, he was always arrogant, but this time, he really couldn't beat him. Even, there is no desire to resist at all. The difference is too big. Go. Return to Zhongcheng at full speed. My side, I call the shots, it's not the turn of an outsider to be so arrogant. Fang Fan's face showed the ultimate killing intent. So far, no one has dared to treat him like this. This is clearly overkill. What if it was an angel? If you really want to die, then everyone will die together. Fang Fan silently held the 2 sacrificial messenger cards in his hand, this is the strongest trump card, and also the bottom card. Such trump cards cannot be exposed at will. Zhang Cheng. Both Zhao Zhen and Zhou Ba carefully waited on the young man in red robes in front of him. Naturally, they all heard the sound of the world announcement. Then this guy who claimed to be a divine envoy entered the city lord's mansion in Zhangcheng. Immediately afterwards, the domineering and wild nature of this guy was completely revealed. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Xu Yu. Chapter 368. I saw Yamaer and Zhao Yaxin look beautiful before, and they actually made fun of them. For Zhao Zhen, these two women cannot be ignored. One is the woman of Fang Fan, and the other is his daughter. So I tried my best to protect it, and then let the lower demon lord army take them away quickly. Satan, the commander of the next demon lord legion, was severely beaten because of his stubbornness. Here, it's really meaningless. Damn it! You actually sent me here. The most important thing is that I am actually restricted from slaughtering these ants. He, ignorant means. I can't kill. Then I will torture them to commit suicide. A contemptuous smile appeared on Da's face, and then his eyes turned to Zhao Zhen and Zhou Ba. And Zhou Kaishan standing beside Zhou Ba. What about my two beauties? I asked you to prepare. Why did you prepare for so long? Are you playing me with sincerity? Is it fun to play with me? Da slowly stood up from the high seat of the city lord's mansion, with a deep look of contempt on his face. My lord, I'm really sorry. Those two are inextricably linked with the country lord. If you need it, I'll find someone else to serve you. Zhao Zhen hunched his waist. In his opinion, it was the most important thing to do everything possible to stabilize the envoy first. At least we have to wait until the king returns. Before that, there must be no more accidents. Snapped. Just as Zhao Zhen was thinking about it, a loud slap slapped him directly to accompany him, and Zhao Zhen's body fell heavily for more than 10 meters. Cough, cough. Zhao Zhen coughed and climbed on the ground. The blood on the corner of his mouth was abnormally obvious. What a weak ant, I can't bear such a light slap. Well, it's really boring. Darth shook his head in dissatisfaction. What are you doing? Is there anything you can't say? The people around were silent and didn't dare to let out the air, but Zhou Kaishan suddenly burst into flames. He really can't stand this guy bullying people like this. This look really looks very disgusting and hateful. I can't wait to open this face fiercely, and then take a look at what a hideous look is inside. Kaishan, don't. Zhou Ba, the head of the Zhou family on the side, saw Zhou Kaishan accuse this powerful and mysterious envoy like this, and his face suddenly turned pale. Such a radical, it is going to happen. This divine envoy is not a kind person. Interesting. Really interesting. An ant dares to yell at me. You should be thankful for this damn breaking rule, or you'd be dead. But, I can't make you feel better. Da squinted his eyes, then hooked his hands at will. Zhou Kaishan's body drifted unnaturally, and was immediately strangled by Da's neck, hanging high in the air. Call. Keep calling. Ha ha ha. Interesting. Really interesting. Das let out a perverted, crazy laughter, and then threw Zhou Kaishan's body heavily on the ground, making a loud noise. An ant is an ant. So weak, how dare you shout in front of me? It's ridiculous. Da stepped forward, picked up Zhou Kaishan who was in a dizzy state, and then slapped him. Snapped. This is to torture people to death, but it is to let him hold his last breath. How cruel the means. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Xu Yu. Chapter 369. Cough, stop. Stop. Zhao Zhen's eyes burst, and he climbed up and stood up. Zhou Ba, the head of the Zhou family on the other side, rushed over completely desperate. It's a mess. Let him go. A loud male voice came from outside the door, making the entire hall suddenly quiet. Boss. The Lord. Lord, you are finally back. Fang Fan stood outside the door, looking at the blood in the hall of the city lord's mansion, as well as Zhao Zhen and Zhou Ba, who were staggering on the ground, and Zhou Kaishan, who was bloody, with murderous intent on his face. Too much. This so-called divine envoy was looking at him aloofly, with disdain and ridicule in his eyes. Cough cough, cough cough, boss, I'm fine, leave me alone, hurry up. Zhou Kaishan shook his body and made a hoarse voice. At this moment, his life was on the line. The Lord, don't be impulsive. Zhao Zhen staggered to Fang Fan's side, admonishing Fang Fan, for fear that Fang Fan would be impulsive. If this is impulsive, things will be troublesome. Galen, help them down to recuperate, I'll deal with it here. Fang Fan's heart is bleeding. If it comes back later, I don't know what will happen. This so-called angel is showing his fangs. This guy is even more abominable than the violent zombies and demonized beasts outside. You are the lord of the Yan kingdom. Hee, you are still so weak. When your Yan kingdom encounters a disaster, I can make 3 shots. I will protect you. If you are willing to dedicate treasures to me, you can exchange for some strategic resources you need. Well, that's all. If there's nothing to do, get out of here. By the way, remember to send those 2 stunning beauties to me. Das's face showed a touch of emotion. In this boring place, only a woman can dispatch his boring time a little. Fang Fan silently took out the intermediate sacrificial messenger card. The angel in front of him is a scourge. This is true for Zhang Cheng and even the entire Yan kingdom. I don't need your blessing, and I don't care about your so-called strategic resources. Please cut off your arm and get out of here. Fang Fan's eyes are very cold, unusually cold. Ding. Get within a foot of him, hold him steady. Take advantage of it. This system can devour him. The system sound came suddenly, Fang Fan's footsteps suddenly stopped. Devour the angel? When did the system become so rigid? Tisk, another ignorant ant. I really don't know why I was sent here to protect you. With your qualifications, what hope can you have? Darth smiled, very arrogantly. With his hands behind his back, he walked out towards Fang Fan step by step. Don't come here, the knife in my hand doesn't have eyes. Fang Fan silently put away the intermediate sacrificial messenger card, and then pretended to be nervous and strong. Originally, he wanted to take out the intermediate sacrificial messenger card and fight it. But now it seems that it can save. According to the system's meaning, get close to him and let him relax. Let the system devour him, and that's fine. Ha ha ha. The knife in your hand can't kill me. The ignorant ants are so cute. As Das spoke, he took a few steps forward, and he found it more and more interesting. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 370. He likes the way the ants are struggling, so it can still bring him a certain degree of pleasure. To a certain extent, Das's mentality is actually pathological. You, don't come here. I really did it. Fang Fan waved the sword in his hand, and continued to show that kind of exhaustive attitude. They are getting closer and closer. Fang Fan took a deep breath, everything will gradually become a foregone conclusion. He believed in the dog system once. 3 meters. 1 meter. Half a meter. 1 centimeter. Grass. Dog system. Fang Fan can feel the breath of this divine envoy. At this time of year, what kind of garlic is there? I can't take it anymore. Can't wear it anymore. Come on. It's useless to bark your throat. Be obedient in the future, you will have endless benefits. But if you are still so ignorant of flattery, you should know my methods. I won't let you die, but I'll let you live rather than die. Today, let's have an appetizer first. I want you to try my methods. Das's hands gradually stretched out, Fang Fan felt a sense of uncontrollable body, the whole person was erratic, and there was a tearing pain in the muscles all over his body. Fang Fan's expression changed. He has subconsciously touched the intermediate sacrifice messenger card. Dog system, can you really do it? Fang Fan clasped his hands tightly, and a suffocation came. Fang Fan subconsciously threw it out towards the surrounding. Ding! I have come into close contact with the enemy. The enemy has put down all defenses. It has begun to fully devour. Ah, what? Damn it! My divine power, how did my divine power flow away? No. Don't do this, my hands. It's you. It's you, right? What the hell did you do to me? Ah! I'm going to kill you. Kill you. Das roared frantically, but at this moment he was completely surrounded by the power of the system and could no longer resist. Fang Fan's eyes narrowed gradually, calmly looking at everything in front of him. The dog system finally exerted its strength at the last moment. Otherwise, he would have used up the intermediate sacrifice envoy card just now. Looking at the past from Fang Fan's point of view, the arrogant envoy in front of him is rolling frantically on the ground at the moment. The flesh and blood all over his body is being sucked dry little by little, his feet gradually become dry, and gradually derive to his legs' abdomen. And then a pair of arms turned into two dry skins. When he reached the neck, he could still roar. But after the whole head has dried up, it has become silent. Ding! Devouring a quasi-god is successful. Obtain 7 strands of divine power. 7 strands of divine power? Quasi-god. Fang Fan's eyes gradually became surprised. Does God really exist in this world? The divine envoy in front of him is a quasi-god. Is the God of the end times that he has been preaching about the true God? Fang Fan looked up at the sky, always feeling that there are too many unknowns in this world. What he knew was only a drop in the ocean of all things in the starry sky. Before, he was still complacent about his achievements, but now it seems that he is simply stupid.